So where is the price of Town Coin going next? It's a great question. Someone just asked me on one of my other videos, Sean Rubar. Well done for this. He said, great video again. I've been playing Townstar for a while now. I'm curious about your expectations about Town Coin. Why do you think it will go up or down in value over the long term? And so let's have a look, because there is a massive debate on at the moment with play to earn in general, not just with Town Coin. You can see a lot of the coins that I'm following here, Bomb Crypto, Vigorous, Thetan Coin, these are seeing massive knockbacks, 32% in the last 7 days, 54% the last 7 days, 32% last 7 days, 37% in the last 7 days. Not something that's peculiar to Townstar and Town Coin. This is something that is affecting a lot of these play to earn. One of the reasons I have a big confidence still with Gala Coin and Gala is that they have huge amounts of money and they have huge amounts of skill and experience. Let's just have a look at Bomb Crypto whilst I'm thinking of it here. And this is an interesting chart, this one actually, because it was virtually a straight line up, straight line down, back up a little bit, and then straight line back down again. So you've gone from a peak there of $8.37 down to a current price of 46 cents. So that's a pretty big drop there. But the reason I have that confidence with Gala Games, they have huge amounts of money and huge amounts of experience. Eric Schiermeier was the co-founder of Zynga Games. So Zynga Games, one of the biggest game companies out there, and Eric Schiermeier was a co-founder. So they know the games market. They know full well how to make games that are really popular. The person who is behind the Townstar game, let me just go back to my Gala Games account, make more sense to talk about it there. The person who is the creator behind the Gala Games Townstar game is a guy called Mike McCarthy, and he was one of the lead developers, lead engineers, designers for Farmville 2. So they've sat there, they've seen millions and millions of daily active players on their games. They know what makes a good game. They also know how to move very fast. If something's not working, they will adjust it, they will take the data and they will move. So in terms of my confidence, you know, Gala Games is not just a one trick pony rather. They've got multiple games already visible that they've explained they're working on, some from other developers, some from Gala Games developers themselves. I think there's 22 titles in total at the moment. So Townstar is just one of those, but it is one of their babies. They are not, they've got a full development team. They're not going to let this one just die a death if it didn't manage to gain traction. It's not the best game in the world, but there are lots of people who really do enjoy it. And there's no such thing as the best game in the world anyway, is there? Because somebody might really like Spider Tanks but not like Townstar. Somebody might like Call of Duty but not like, I don't know, whatever the other games there are. And this is the point. It's like art and music. It's very subjective. However, like I said, Gala Games are good at working with data. They're good at working with games and know what people like to play. So let's go back to the charts and let's go back and have a look at Townstar, because the question was specifically, where do I think the price of the coin is going to go next? Now, it's a phenomenally difficult question to answer because there are so many variables. We have the start price back in October was 16 or 17 cents. The price now is 15 cents. So if you'd closed your eyes throughout that entire period of time, you wouldn't have thought much had happened. In fact, if you totally ignored the ups and downs on this chart, which have been enormous, there's no denying that, then we're pretty much where we were back at the start of play to earn for Townstar, back at the end of October. But what we've got a few factors still to consider. Firstly, we have the fact that Townstar will be able to, or the people who play Townstar will be able to rent their NFTs to other players. This, I think, will be huge. I'm also fairly confident this is no small change that's going to come with Townstar. I think it's going to be a really complicated thing to incorporate because they've got to stop the cheaters. There was a live Discord chat yesterday evening with Bitbender, who's Jason Brink. He's one of the almost co-founder of Gala Games, and he was just putting the question out there in the community: where do you think we can see this going? The economics of Townstar. And fundamentally, I think it's like this: if you had a big bucket, and in that bucket you put some money, and at the bottom of the bucket you had a tap and you let some money out. At the end of the day, you can't make more money, you won't get more money out of that bucket than you put into the bucket. So with Townstar, you can't pay out more money than you're taking in with Townstar. So partly I think there's going to have to be a realization that even though this is blockchain, that doesn't magic up money from nowhere. So these games, they're not something that are just going to solve the world's financial problems. They are simply a zero-sum game. You cannot afford to pay out more to the players in the play to earn than you're taking in or creating in revenue. Now, one thing that they might also introduce is advertising. At the moment, this is a completely free to play game. There's no advertising, and if you want to play in the play to earn, then you just need at least one Gala coin or half a town coin in your account, plus a single NFT, which you can get by being a gold member for just $50. So you can actually start playing with Townstar, start generating an income just with a $50 outlay. So it is affordable, but it is still pretty complicated. It needs a bit of an explanation, a video, things like that, for people to understand what do they need to do. That also is part of the fun and challenge of the game. So yeah, there's lots of places this could go yet as a game. There's a lot they could do with the graphics still, although when you zoom in, they are fascinating little graphics. If you let your mind go with it, you follow the lumberjack as he goes through the fields and he goes to his trees to cut the trees down. And I find myself really getting engrossed with the actual game, the mechanics of building it up. Once I start the new town, and they'll bring in other challenges and so on. But let's get back. Where's the price of this coin going to go? Well, once they bring in rentals, people will be able to get into the game a lot more cost effectively, so that will bring a lot more game players. The more game players they have, the more chance they've got of people actually spending money in the game, irrespective of whether they're wanting to earn or not. There'll be people who want to play this game completely free, and they will not be interested in earning real money. They will just be interested in being entertained, having fun with the game, trying to get up the charts, improve themselves, beat the various challenges that are available and so on. And some of those players will also, as they do in existing game markets online, they will upgrade, get different skins, change the look of their town, and so on. And so that will generate money coming into the bucket. And those people won't be taking the money out of the bucket. They'll be simply being paid to be entertained. If you also add in some advertising revenue, that could be huge if the game becomes very popular, and that has been a good source of revenue for game companies in the past. And also there is the revenue generated from the royalties on the NFTs as they get resold. And finally, there is the revenue being generated when NFTs are sold in the first place by Gala Games that are created for these games. So there's plenty of revenue sources. What I think though is that there will come a time where people start to realize that we can't all make $1,000 a month just playing a game. You cannot do that. You have to have the income, the revenue source in the first place. So what will happen, my belief is the same as any economic model. You'll find 5% of the population in that economic model might earn 95% of the revenue. The other 95% will earn 5%. And so most people will just have a little bit of fun, make a little bit of pocket money, and that'll be it. But there'll be some players who will go to the extreme lengths. They will get loads and loads of NFTs. They will see the bigger potential and they will go for it. I think we're probably have the space for town coins still to go down. Again, ignore all that. Imagine you couldn't see all the previous history of town coin. This was all you had. And let's say that the price of town coin went down to 7 cents. It's only because we've seen it at a higher value, we think, well, it should be back at that higher value. But even at 7 cents per town coin, if you look at the NFTs that are available in the game, so for instance, I did a video the other day and I just showed on the Express Depot, this is the NFT you get when you become a gold member. So you get this Express Depot. So you get this for free when you become a gold member for $50. That Express Depot will make you 1 town coin a day. Now at the moment, at 15 cents a day, that works out at around 9.3% per month yield, which is massive. But we've been so spoiled thinking that NFT gaming and play to earn games, everybody's going to make a fortune. Well, clearly that's not going to be the case. I think there needs to be a readjustment of people's expectations, which I think will come given time as more people come into the sector. Now, that doesn't mean that some of these games initially, I mean, they were fantastically rewarding. The amount I was earning with Townstar right at the start was simply insane. Once I'd spotted and thought, whoa, this is just monumental, I just went out and bought as many NFTs as I possibly could, played the game and did extremely well for 3 or 4 months. Actually, it's not quite 3 or 4 months, 2 or 3 months. So I think it's going to settle down. It's going to find its natural conclusion of where it's going to be. Where that will be, I don't know, because Towncoin could be adjusted. They might adjust the value of NFTs they sell in the future. I don't think they're going to want to demolish the price of NFTs, because that's not going to help anyone. I don't think they're going to want to demolish the price of Towncoin either. But I think it will automatically adjust where you've got big investors on the outskirts who are happy to get 10% a year on the stock market or 10% a year with real estate rental properties. Well, if they could get 5% a month with a game like Townstar, that's going to attract a lot of people. Even 1% a month is still going to beat your traditional avenues of investment. And at 1% a month, we're talking a fifth of the current price of Towncoin, and it would still be attractive. So even at 3 cents per Towncoin, this would still, on the current mechanics, still be an interesting and attractive game to play. But I've no doubt that the guys behind Gala, there's enough smart people there. They will work out other things that I've not even thought about. I'm not sat here every day trying to work out how do I make this game better. It's not my game. I have no interest in it in that sense. I am interested to work out, well, what's my best strategy? How can I maximize my returns from this? That sounds very selfish, but if every game player is doing the same thing, then it's up to Gala Games to go and make sure that they balance the economics of the game, they balance the competitive nature of the game and the excitement and entertainment of the game. But anyway, that's my musings. Hopefully that's some food for thought. So in summary, where do I think the price of Towncoin is going to go? I haven't a clue. I do know at the moment it's still incredibly attractive, but I know a lot of people looking at it and saying, oh, it was $2 per Towncoin back a few months and it's disaster, it's really not working. Doesn't mean that at all. Again, if you flatten out that lump there in the middle, the price of Towncoin I find it quite interesting, around about 15 cents, 16 cents, which is where we started. So they must have had some economics to start with to say, well, okay, well, this is where we expect the price to be. They started with that. There was a crazy amount of hype went with it as the price went up. Now here is, actually, before I close the video, one other interesting thing. If the price starts to go back up on Towncoin, that will automatically find people investing, purely buying up Towncoin because they're speculators on the Towncoin currency itself. They may not even have a clue what the game is. If it gets into the success charts of this is a really popular game and people start buying the Towncoin token itself, then that could automatically run away where people are just speculating purely on the price of Towncoin, which would then also, if we do get back to that sort of scenario, we could have a massive growth in number of people playing Towncoin, the value of the NFTs. So you'll get this spiraling effect upwards. I don't think there's going to be this spiraling effect downwards because there's only so many Towncoin being released every day from the gameplay. If you have a massive increase in game players and NFTs that are being used, then you could have a further downward pressure on the Towncoin price. But then again, if you've got more game players, the more chance are that some people are going to want to be accumulating Towncoin, because that data will be there as well. So it's a very confused message, isn't it, really? But there's a few things to think on there. I'm happy with it being 15 cents. If it goes up, brilliant. I think it could run away very, very fast like we saw in the first couple of months. But I suspect it's probably going to fairly well stabilize now once it finds its balance between, okay, what is the price for an investor to come in? What is it worth their time and effort to play this game, their money, risk money into NFTs, and it will find an equilibrium, a place where it should settle. Unlike some of the other cryptocurrencies out there. Having said that, again, yeah, if you get the speculators come in, it could go ballistic in either direction, I suppose. So it's not really very helpful, is it? But hopefully you found that video interesting, if nothing else. And do subscribe to my channel if you're interested in learning more ways to put your money to work, and you're interested to know what my thoughts are on where crypto, NFT gaming and music and entertainment is going. Do subscribe to my channel. I'm analyzing it more and more as time goes on and hoping to drop a few nuggets your way. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.